Welcome guys, thank you so much for joining in. So looking at this current Bitcoin price action, you can see I told you on my previous video, this price movement here could be a possible Wyckoff's reaccumulation phase, and the price could easily come around 17,600. And if you look at this properly right now guys, the price did actually broke 18,400, 18,500 price level. Then we saw some sort of a pullback. But if you notice this price structure here, you can see exactly after reaching the 17,600, we had a really strong support. But if we look at this price structure here, what scenario could be unfolding right now for Bitcoin? As you can see here guys, this here was a Wyckoff's reaccumulation phase, and I will show you this example here, the Wyckoff reaccumulation phase chart here. I told you guys the pullback around the previous resistance line and then a breakout scenario. But right now, if we consider to look only at this area guys, the phase A and phase B area, only this line, this is exactly what Bitcoin is forming right now. So this means the price of Bitcoin after the reaccumulation phase, we are forming another accumulation phase so that we could continue even higher. So if we look at this price structure here and look at our current price action of Bitcoin guys, you can see this here was a symmetrical triangle, and this symmetrical triangle broke out, indicated exactly like the Wyckoff reaccumulation phase. But if you look at this price structure right now this price structure looks like another symmetrical triangle, which is indicating we could see a possible move just like here. And this is also indicating, hey, even if we would see any sort of a fake out, right guys, the price should actually break the previous high structure, which is 18,470 area. So the price should break above this area, get a pullback, and then continue again in an upward direction. This right now, this symmetrical triangle is also indicating, even if this is going to turn out as a fake out, this is still indicating Wyckoff's reaccumulation phase again guys. So we are exactly at the phase A and phase B area. So right now we are expecting some sort of a breakout or even a fake out, doesn't matter. This is still indicating there is a possibility of a price continuing in upper direction in the coming days. So if we look at this another scenario right here on the right hand side guys, let me enlarge this chart bit. So guys, now if we look at this price structure and include this rising wedge scenario along with that, the Bitcoin log growth curve. And why is this Bitcoin log growth curve so important right now? Is because this Bitcoin log growth curve is actually indicating where we might be currently getting gravitated. According to this price scenario, this rising wedge scenario, and also including the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, we might be getting gravitated towards the Bitcoin log growth curve, which is the Fibonacci level of 23.61%. So in this case right now, this area 19,700, 19,800 is where we might be possibly heading, because you can see here in many cases you can also switch this time frame into daily or weekly, doesn't matter. But if you look at this price structure here, right, this logarithmic growth curve is playing a very important role, because you can see in many cases price after reaching logarithmic growth curve area, we had a pullback which acted as a resistance. And same here guys, we broke out of it, but the same logarithmic growth curve acted as a support. And here as well, look at this. If I would delete everything, you can also see the same logarithmic growth curve acted as a resistance, not only the support here, right? But now, since we have clearly broken out of one resistance level, which was the 14.59 Fibonacci level, which scenario are we expecting? I told you guys, we might be getting gravitated towards the 23.61 Fibonacci level. So this here right now is a possible scenario which could be unfolding for Bitcoin. Now, let's look at this price structure of Bitcoin in a different way. So guys, now coming back to this chart, this Bitcoin parabolic curve, I told you guys, after this price coming around the base 4 area, there would be a consolidation phase, a move to the upside, and then a possible pullback scenario, right? This is what this parabolic curve actually says. But right now, if you include this first, second, third, and fourth trend line area, this is actually showing something different, because right now, this is showing me this fourth line here. Even if we would see any sort of a pullback, this trend line is going to act as a support. So around this 17,000, we have another strong support for Bitcoin. On my previous example, I showed you guys the price scenario here is more likely that we should continue again further in an upper direction before any sort of a pullback, because right now after this massive move here, many are expecting price should reverse. That's true, but you know, market does exactly opposite of what people are actually thinking. So that's why right now, if you look at the whole market sentiment or the market scenario, I actually expect price to consolidate and continue further in an upper direction, breaking the high of 2017, right? This is what I see. And if we look only at this area right now where we are, right? If you focus only on this area, let's look at this chart here. So if we look at this price structure here, this price movement is clearly heading in an upward direction. And we have also said that, hey, since this here was a similar breakout scenario, right? We had a breakout consolidation phase, a pullback, and then a move to the upside, calling this a Wyckoff's reaccumulation phase. And right now I also showed you guys, maybe we might be making another same scenario just like here, right? The symmetrical triangle breakout, right? Even if you see any sort of a pullback, we could make another move like this and still continue our journey further in an upper direction to break the previous high of 2017. So in this case, if we look at this whole scenario to see how the market might be behaving. So if you look at this scenario here right now through the parallel channel, you can see since the price has already reached the lower line area, this is also showing us that, hey, even this small pullback, there is a likely scenario of price getting moved further in an upper direction before we start breaking out of this price level, because now, you know, this lower line area of this parallel channel is also acting as a very, very strong support, right? And also with this symmetrical triangle scenario which we talked recently, this here, right, this breakout or fake out scenario doesn't matter, you know, the another support line around the lower line area here. So we can see a lot of support acting around this particular area. You will see another similar scenario with the similar price movement here, just like with the parallel example here, right? This parallel channel breakout, you can see consolidation, getting out of this parallel channel, fake out, and then boom, a massive move to the upside. And right now we could be actually forming a similar price structure, guys. So this here right now, if we look at this in the previous example, this similar scenario could be unfolding. And if we actually also include the CPR to look at the target area, as I've already said you guys, this area, right, which is at 18,800 could be another target area for us right now, looking through the CPR indicator, because this previous CPR indicator played out exactly like what we expected. And now looking at this scenario, guys, the price could be gravitating around this target area of 18,860 according to the monthly CPR. And if you also look at this price structure here right now in a daily time frame, let's read the chart. So guys, now if you look at this price structure of Bitcoin in a daily time frame, as you can see, the price has clearly broken out of this ascending channel. And also if you look at the moving averages, this moving average is also showing a really bullish scenario, because this crossover here, and look at this move here to the upside, this is a very bullish move of moving averages, this 20 exponential moving average crossing over the 50 exponential moving average. And now if you look to the downside, this RSI is also still above 50 level, which is confirming this bullish movement. And also the check-in money flow, it's following this rising trend line, which is showing the strength of the market, right? And also to the downside, this 3-3 CCI is also at the positive territory, you can see here, right? So this is also a very good sign. And if we actually hide this moving averages and look at the alligator indicator, this alligator indicator right now, you can see this is also a very bullish scenario here. Even if we are going to see any sort of pullback, this rising trend line is another support for Bitcoin. So right now the whole scenario of Bitcoin does looks very bullish, and you can see that in any time frame, guys. Daily time frame, smaller time frame, 4-hour time frame, and also hourly time frame. And also if you look at this whole scenario in a bigger time frame, let me show you that chart. So guys, now if you look at this price structure of Bitcoin here in a weekly time frame, you know I've already talked about this scenario, right? But if you look at this scenario here, the breakout scenario of this descending broadening wedge, where we might be possibly hitting at 19,600 area, guys. This means if the price is coming around this area, there is more likely scenario that we are going to break the high of 2017, right? And not only that, guys, not only that, if we would include this ascending channel, this ascending channel is another reason why the price could be getting gravitated towards the upper line area to break the previous high structure, because you can see here this lower line area has acted as a very strong support, right, for Bitcoin in a bigger time frame, because you can see this pullback here came exactly at the lower line area. And also now to the upside, this same line is going to act as a resistance. So in this case, if we are finding any sort of a resistance here, guys, this is indicating first we are going to break the high of 2017. And if we would see any sort of a pullback, guys, we know that this lower line area could be acting as a very strong support. So guys, as you can see, the minus perspective is also very bullish, because if you look at the Bitcoin pool multiple indicator to the downside, breaking this line would give us another massive pump, because exactly where we are, you can see here, breaking out of that level had gave us a very strong move to the upside. This similar line, or the exact line, has played as a very strong resistance and support. But now looking at this trend here, this is more likely scenario that we should be breaking above it. So in this case, if we could break above it, guys, this would be a very, very massive move for Bitcoin, just like this year from 2017. So guys, as you can see, looking to the bigger time frame, price still looks very, very bullish, right? Smaller time frame or daily time frame, more like a consolidation and still continue further in an upward direction. So guys, this is what I actually wanted to share with you in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, smash the like button, and also if you're watching this for the first time, definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing off. My name is Anup. Bye bye guys.